Coming up to 19 miles, and gotta say, starting to feel the body change a little bit. So 19 miles, 17 more to go. Basically the same again. It's really funny. Oh god. 10 years ago on my 26th birthday, I decided to run 26 miles, which was pretty stupid because at the time I had only ever run 12 miles, but I was loving running and I thought, oh, I love running, 26, and that's the same number of miles as a marathon, I'll run a marathon. No training, it was a Wednesday, took the day off work, just ran down the river and back, and it was lovely, but ridiculously stupid. I did injure my hip. And now I'm about to turn 36, my birthday's tomorrow. And the idea is that hopefully I'm 10 years older and wiser, but I did get this little idea when I was out for a run the other day that wouldn't it be cool to run 36 miles on my 36th birthday? So I'm planning all the different ways that I could run it, and actually 36 miles looks like quite a lot of miles. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. This time round I've also only run 10-12 miles in one go recently, so I feel entirely underprepared for it. I'm suddenly realising what a ridiculously stupid thing this is to do because it's really quite a lot of miles. I think I'm going to get up really early, get up like 4 AM. If I can get at least 10 miles done by the time the kids are up, at least I'm in double digits. But I'll still have a marathon to run at that point, so I'll see how I get on. Okay, I'm off. I'm half an hour into the run, and I'm in that stage of the run where any endurance thing where you pay attention to all your little niggles, and if I've got 6.5 more hours of this, you wonder how those niggles are going to play out. But at the same time, the sun's rising, bats are flying around, birds are singing, so it's a beautiful morning. The world is starting to wake up and I miss my quiet time, so I'm just looping back home, gonna get some breakfast, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Chris, this is all well and good, but you need a haircut, and you're right. I'm going to a wedding on Friday, so after I've had some breakfast and a shower, I'm gonna go see my hairdresser. Might be the only person ever to have a haircut during an endurance event, but need a haircut. School run traffic. I'd much rather be running. Just arriving for my haircut, and hopefully the last bit of town running. I've done 8 miles and about an hour and 20.
heading out of Chelmsford now, and hopefully that's the last bit of town I see for a long time. I'm just about to come up to 10 miles, so that just means I have a marathon to go. I'm not really sure what the story is here. I feel a bit like Forrest Gump. I just wanted to run. Not sure why yet. I'm hoping the meaning will come to me as I go. It's pretty beautiful so far. I'm totally underprepared for this run, like I was 10 years ago. So the only way I'm going to get through it is with brakes and with fuel and with nose breathing. So when I'm running, I'm just always making sure I can breathe through my nose, and that helps me get more oxygen into my system, but it also proves that I'm not in that anaerobic system. Nice slow nose breathing shows that my heart rate is low enough to hopefully keep going all day, but we'll see. Morning. It's just so peaceful here, and this is probably the furthest I'm going to get away from town, and I really can't think of a better way to be spending my birthday, connecting with nature, lovely weather, beautiful scenery, feeling my body. These endurance things help you connect with your aches and pains and the sensation coming at you. I've also just been through a mile or so of just pure peace in my mind, and I think in a busy life with kids and business, that's really what I was after. Those moments of stillness in amongst the struggle. Coming up to a place called Pavements, which is where I sat for a cup of tea and a cake on my birthday when I was 26, and I was still 6 miles away from home, and I realised the wheels were starting to fall off and I wasn't feeling too good. So today is a bit symbolic that I'm coming back 10 years later. At the moment I feel a lot better than I did 10 years ago, but I'm only 14 miles in, not 20 miles in. So we'll see how I feel when I've run back home, which will be about 22 miles by that point. But for now, I'm going to go and have a cup of tea and a cake like I did 10 years ago. Hopefully my wife has driven down to meet me, which will be nice. About 16 miles in, and starting to feel the odd little niggle, a few little things creeping up on me, and this is something I struggle with actually. In my day job, I I'm an osteopath and I try and help people's injuries and look after their health, and I try and look after my own health, something that's very important to me. And the thing I struggle with is reconciling doing things today that challenge you and make you feel good and push you outside your comfort zone, hurt, make you suffer, and learn about yourself, because you learn about your mind when you're up against it. But there's another part of me that wants to be a healthy 80-year-old, an active 80-year-old. I'd love to still be doing the park run when I'm 80. And it's kind of marrying those two, trying to figure out how to be active, be healthy, but strive for longevity. So is doing these things now putting me at risk in my later life? Don't know. Through all my studies and thoughts on this topic, I haven't come up with the answer. I think where I've landed is just to do stupid things like this, where I'm underprepared and it's big and tough, and not to do them very often. It gives me a boost, teaches me things about my mind and body, but gives me time to recover and go back to focus on more health-minded practices. But from time to time, I think it's important to learn how you get on when the chips are down. It's just having a chuckle, thinking about the last 10 years and how running this 10 years ago for 26 miles, that wasn't very clever. Furthest I'd run was about 12 miles at the time. Running it now, also not very clever. And I was thinking, I should be older and wiser now, and I'm obviously not, because still doing silly things like this. But I definitely feel more content as a 36-year-old compared to a 26-year-old, which I find interesting. Yeah, as a 26-year-old, I was quite anxious about what other people thought of me. Was I trying hard enough in life? Was I getting far enough in my career? Blah, blah, blah. And I was just thinking, if I had a message to my 26-year-old self, it would have been just chill out, enjoy the ride. Because actually it's the outcomes of whatever it might be, income, business, whatever. The outcomes are irrelevant. It's enjoying the ride. And at the time I was enjoying the ride, but there were all these other anxieties, and I feel like I've worked quite hard at overcoming those, and also just got older. You realise what matters in life. Having kids helps. You realise nothing else really matters, and you have enough ups and downs by your mid-30s to realise the ups don't last, they're coming back down, but the downs come back up. So I was just having a chuckle. I'm not necessarily wiser, but I am more content, and I think that's a good thing. Life is easier, even though weirdly it's harder. I've been running back through town for about a mile or so now, and oh my god, I prefer running off-road. I hate pavements. Never really noticed it until I'm in a bit of discomfort and realise the stark difference. Off-road is so much better. Just all the little variability in your feet and a bit softer ground, and paying attention to slugs and butterflies on the floor. After a bite to eat for lunch. Gonna try my hardest to get straight back on the trails. Just had lunch, and I was gonna hang around for a bit longer, but I'm starting to feel a sense of urgency to get this done. Body's definitely changing, and it's going to be a hard afternoon, I think, so just want to crack on and yeah, get this 36 miles done. As beautiful as this day is, it is not the day to run long distance. We're being blessed with some end of summer heat and sun in September, which is beautiful, but I can taste the salt on my face. It's a hot one. Birds seem to be liking it up in the sky though. Daniel Kahneman, the neuroscientist stroke philosopher, he has this theory about the difference between the remembering self and the experiencing self, and often they can be different. So you can experience something badly but remember it well, or you can experience something well but remember it badly. And I think about this a lot in the modern world, where so much instant gratification, it's so easy to get your quick fix, and in the moment of getting a quick fix you're either numb and just mindlessly scrolling through social media or something, or you're getting a little kick. But when you remember that time, it's not very nourishing. It's not a good, nourishing way to have spent your time. And the opposite is true, where when you put in hard work, it's not always fun, and sometimes there's suffering involved, but you can look back on it and learn lessons about yourself and remember it well. And yeah, I think that's why I'm doing this today. Put in some hard graft on my birthday, get that slow, delayed gratification, and I'll definitely look back on this fondly in years to come. This is an important moment. I have just run a marathon. Don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but 26.2 miles, running time 4 hours 50, which is ahead of the sort of 12-minute mile average sort of schedule I had. Not that I really have a schedule, but it's not bad going. But just run a marathon. Only 10 more miles to go. Running is so simple, isn't it? Just one foot in front of the other, completely man-powered. You don't get to cheat going downhill, get like all those cyclists. There's just a purity to it. You put your trainers on, leave the house, and just keep on chugging. What's the bigger mountain? The mountain or the stone in your shoe? And right now it's the stone in my shoe. Gotta get this out. Oh dear. Gonna keep on chugging. What is it about suffering and doing hard things that teaches us things about ourselves? I've no idea. On my last birthday, I tried to do a 7-day fast. And fasting has health benefits for sure. But I wanted to do it because I wanted to test my mind. I didn't make it, only made it to 5 days. But on my birthday, I felt like I wanted to reflect, and yeah, I chose to do a 7-day fast last year. This year, run 36 miles. What is it about human minds that wants to do hard things? Is it that life's got too easy these days? Did our ancestors choose to do things like this? I guess they did. Vikings used to lift heavy stones, didn't they, for no apparent reason other than to lift heavy stones. Wonder what that is? I don't know. But crossing 30 miles, and there's definitely some hardship, and I'm definitely loving it. So something about that deep primal part of the brain is firing at the moment. Onwards. I've just passed 33 miles. Less than a 5k to go. It'd normally take me 20 minutes. Today, or now, going to take 40. But I'm nearly home. Isn't the human body amazing? Coming up to 34 miles. I feel pretty horrendous, but actually okay. Like, I am going to feel this for sure, but I'm not injured. I'm very slow, feel very tight, but coming up to 36 miles with no training, it's ludicrous. So nearly finished. Went 2 of the miles to go. Hopefully I'm going to finish just as I land in my back garden. I just keep thinking what a privilege it is to be able to do things like this, to be able to take a day off and do things, do this, and to have the health that can push me through it. It's just got a little wave of gratitude going on. My house would just so happen to be on the only hill in Chelmsford, so it's a nice little hill finish, but I'm nearly there. Yay! Oh. Ah. Oh yes. 36.04 miles on my birthday. Here's some water and a cake.